The Every Point Sports Podcast featuring Greg and Jack starts right now.
Oh, welcome in everyone to the Every Point Sports Podcast. Top of the mountain for the NFL season. Right, Greg? We're talking Super Bowl LX60 today.
That's crazy. Super Bowl 60. It's here already. It's a great day, but it's a sad day. It means it's the last day for football until next year. Kind of sucks, but we're expecting a good game here, correct? Good game. Should be a good game. I think so.
There will be interesting parts of it.
Yes, absolutely. We're here to touch base on all the little parts. Couple stats that you guys don't know, couple storylines you guys don't know, and just overall talking about the Super Bowl. So, guys, if you guys are in the chat, if you guys have any questions or any comments or whatever, just put it in the comments. You know, we always put it up on the screen. We'll answer them, or we'll talk about what comment you have.
Before we get to spreads and lines and over-unders, I would just like to say, I think this storyline has been undercovered. I don't know why, but no one's talked about it, so I will. Sam Darnold's grandfather was named Dick Hammer. We'll start there. I mean, how isn't that plastered on every TV screen? First of all. Second of all, he was the Marlboro Man. I mean, Sammy's gonna smoke him or something, right? Like, how aren't these like the cornerstones of where but we only want to talk about the game. We only want to talk. I want to talk about how we're gonna sell things, and it doesn't have to be selling cigarettes and Marlboros. He was a cowboy, right? And it was back.
He was a man's man.
It was John Wayne. It was Billy the Kid, bank robbers. All those things, right? If we're going to drum up,
what do they say anymore? This was masculinity at its height, right there.
It was
like you don't get any more masculine than a marble in the mouth, a cowboy hat on, a button-up flannel on, a lasso on the side. You know, like you don't. That's just a man.
Get on the horse, rob the train. Rebels unite, right? That's what. And if you're trying to build the character of a mundane, passive Sam Darnold, I think we got to go all the way back to his grandfather and just start talking. Go, hey, Sam, tell us about Dick Hammer. Come on, baby. I just think we could have done a little bit better job there.
Blaine, hello. How are you today? Excited for the Super Bowl?
Blaine, we're sitting here talking about Dick Hammer. That's the grandfather of Sam Darnold. I just like saying it. It's a great name, isn't it?
First prediction.
Patriots.
Listen, I hope you're right, Blaine.
Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. All right. Hey, look, if you're, put your team in the comments, right? There's only 2 left, right? Out of all the teams in the NFL, you got to show some fight for either the Seattle Seahawks or the New England Patriots.
Exactly. We'll get more into the game. I just want to piggyback off of something, a little side comment that you had there about Sam Darnold's grandfather. I have a nice little thing about Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald, he almost went to Washington before he went to Seattle. He almost became Washington's head coach. He interviewed for the head coach. They really wanted him. Seattle came in at the last minute and nabbed him. Now, where that was shocking was, and I did not know this, was that Sam Darnold's wife, she was a cheerleader for the Washington Redskins, not the Commanders, for the Redskins.
Huh.
So they kind of had an inside track, and they still lost out on McDonald. Could you imagine McDonald being there? That would have been pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, that would have been pretty good.
It's kind of scary if you think about it.
That would have been pretty good. I mean, that division.
But ultimately, I think McDonald ended up in the right spot. I think them letting McDonald trade away Russell Wilson the way he did That was a big, big thing for him. They ended up getting rid of a big contract off the books. They ended up getting a little bit of draft capital in return. And he was able to basically draft that team in 2 years into a Super Bowl winning team or a Super Bowl caliber team, which is really, really impressive with him and the, I can't remember what the GM's name is over there, but they're, as much as I hate it, because listen, they're my second most hated team. They're doing a hell of a job over there in Seattle. They really, really are.
I mean, look, you got to have the balls the size of Gibraltar to walk into a division with Shanahan, Lynch, McVay, and company. Arizona's a
That's
great.
a whole nother animal. We'll get
Arizona's
into
a
that.
fantastic looking desert. You should go there from time to time. 28-26, and he gave us
in overtime. That would be a hell of a game, Blaine. I hope so.
All right, so Blaine likes the over and New England.
Dude, you can
Blaine
clean
likes
up
the
on
over.
that. Hey, put a bet in for that. Parlay that. Yeah, I'm telling you, especially right now, you could clean up. I don't know. Is it still 4.5 currently? The spread?
Yeah, I think it settled around 4.5.
right
It
now.
spiked to 5 at one point yesterday. So we're at 4. Actually, it's here's what's interesting. I'm into interesting, and you guys should be too. The spread is 4.5. Right? Plus, minus, whatever. The total is 45.5. To me, that's interesting. It's just the same numbers, really. You just added a point or subtracted a point. It's 4.5 across the board as far as your spreads and everything go. That's really interesting, right? 4.5 and then 45.5. I don't know if we've ever had a game lay at that. And I just think there's something there, and I'm sure we're missing it. How about that?
Oh, absolutely. We're always missing something. There's always something going on behind the scenes that the average person don't know. You and I are pretty good at picking it out, and we bring it to our viewers' attention. But listen, we miss stuff too. We really do. Actually, Blaine, you just said something that I wanted to touch on base about when we do talk about the.
Blaine's drinking.
I will piggyback off of what Blaine just says right there. 2 touchdowns. I think if there's one person, and I know everybody talks about Seattle's their wide receiver NJ, whatever his name is,
Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Thank you. When I have a problem saying stuff, Jack's there to help me out.
Right,
but Diggs, as much as I want to talk about Diggs and like his personal off the field stuff and how I think he's not the best fit for certain quarterbacks because of his personality. I think him and Drake May really, really hit it off this year. I think they both feed off of each other very well. I think they're a good tandem. But something that I thought was very interesting is that Diggs has 80 postseason catches, the most out of any wide receiver right now. So he is very experienced in the playoffs. He is ready. This is the most catches by anybody that never made it to a Super Bowl in his 80 catches in a postseason that's never made it to a Super Bowl. This is his first one. So very excited about that. That's I think that's going to be something to watch. I think Diggs is going to have a hell of a game this week.
So before the season started, since we're talking about Stephon Diggs, me and you, we got this playful debate, and it was whether Stephon Diggs is a Hall of Famer. And you were like, no. I'm like, his stats are better than you think they are. And if he gets 3 more years with 1,000-yard seasons, a lot of catches, we'll say 8 touchdowns average a year, right? Now, he didn't quite reach that this year. I think he had 5 touchdowns only on the year, but he went over 1,000 yards and he had 85 catches. And because of some of those postseason stats for which you just gave, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think if he gives a couple more years and he gets this Super Bowl ring, quite possible. What if he gets this? I know there are certain ways we'll lean towards this podcast, but let's say Stephon Diggs has one of those and he's Super Bowl MVP. I mean, because that was something ludicrous I could have said before the season started. You'd be like, brother, there's no, but now we're here. If he gets a Super Bowl MVP, he's a lock for the Hall of Fame.
I don't want to say he's a lock. I mean, especially after Belichick didn't get in the first round, and I mean, like there's some crazy stuff that happens in that Hall of Fame voting, which to me I'm still baffled about. But
Dan
you and I will
Fouts is in
talk
the Hall of
about
Fame.
that. What's that?
Dan Fouts,
No,
never been to a
I
Super Bowl.
understand
I
that, and
mean,
there's a lot of. I mean, somebody earlier today put up or earlier this week put up the stats on Joe Montana and Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson during the regular season had some better stats than Joe Montana, and their argument was, well, how can you put Joe in and not put Russell in? Well,
why do we do this?
it's the same argument though. Like, yeah, on paper it looks like it. But then when you tear apart those stats, you look at Super Bowls, you look at this, you look at the foundation of the team. What was he to the team? Like all that matters. All that is context, and it's just not about a bunch of numbers on a piece of paper.
Right. It's leadership and all this other stuff. But,
Hmm.
I think that Stephon Diggs' contribution to the game is much greater than maybe Minnesota Miracle's him. I mean, right? Was it Cousins closed his eyes, threw it, Diggs took it to the house? That's him. That's a
Hmm.
moment in NFL history. They'll show that on NFL films, and you go,
Hmm.
well, geez. And that's all Diggs, right? He said, throw it my way. He got it. Are we watching the halftime show? I never
I
do.
probably will not. I listen. I don't know Spanish, so me watching it is kind of me listening to somebody speak Greek. I'm not going to understand it. He might be talented. He might be this. People might like him. It's not my cup of tea.
I'm gonna tell you how I watch it, or how I will watch it. I'll watch it. So, down in I'm from up in Pennsylvania. I live in Cocoa Beach.
Hmm.
Okay, so I got about a 2-hour drive to Hollywood/Miami area, just to right for the story. They got a broad walk down there. It's much like New Jersey's boardwalk. They call it a broad walk. It's all brick instead of the boardwalk, the boards. Um, so anyway, when you walk on the broad walk, there's restaurants and stuff that you can go to, but there's always like this like this mariachi band and Spanish music playing as you walk by, and you see it's much like New Jersey. You see the stores and the trinkets and the little Spanish tacos and all that other stuff, right? That's probably how I'll listen or watch this Super Bowl halftime show.
Hmm.
As I'm passing by the stores, as I'm grabbing something in the refrigerator, as I'm listening to, right? I'm not going to, like you said, I don't know any of the music. That's
Yeah.
fine. I can appreciate and have an opinion, much like I do with the Olympics now. Oh, I'm a judge. I'm not. But I can have an opinion. Oh, you know what? That guy's pretty good on the trumpet. Or, oh, that verse, that was like a little upbeat, right? That's kind of Spanish talk. Yeah. Well, whatever, right?
Tacos.
Yeah. So, but I can have an opinion on how something is played, and I can have an opinion on, oh, I like that little ba. But I'm not going to be sitting there living on a prayer, Bon Jovi, and know all the heartbeats to the song. But,
Yeah, I agree. Like when there's somebody like a Legends on there. What was it? The one I remember. One of my favorites was the Aerosmith one.
it's good.
Like that. There, I'll tune in. Even the one where it was the early 2000s hip hop. When it was 50 Cent, Eminem, like those guys, like some of the legends that came out. Like I watched that. I was intense. I wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Last year's was like, all right. Like I listened to it. It was all right. This year's I'm like, no, thank you.
I might pay
Not
better
really my
attention to
thing.
Green Day. I know some of Green Day's
Yeah.
hits, right? So I'll
Yeah.
pay. They were the MTV punk rock era, if you're familiar with that brand, and right?
Hmm.
Green Day came out with Dookie. That was right around our time.
Yeah.
Offspring, those bands, right? So my ears might perk a little bit more than they would for Bad Bunny. I just don't know his music. That's what
Yeah.
it comes down to.
I
Keith
know he's
Richards.
probably alluding to trying to. I don't know if you're trying to allude to a political thing, but we really don't get into that on this show, the political stuff. If he comes out in a dress, he comes out in a dress. I really, on this show, I really don't care.
Oh, you
So.
think he might? That'd be cool.
Well, that's the word around because he's all for the transgender and this and that. So again, we're not going to get into that on this show. We're a sports show. We're not a political show. You guys want to talk more about that? You guys could tune into my gaming videos. and drop your question in there. I'll be glad to talk about that stuff on that show. But on this show, we talk about sports and the weird stuff around sports.
They better have good trumpet players. That's all I'm saying.
Uh, listen.
Listen, I critique a trumpet player much as I critique if they're doing the sweeping correctly in the curling. They better get those forearms into it. All right, who do we think is winning?
Well, listen, we're going to get to that. All right. You watch the show a little bit, enjoy it, enjoy the little stats. We'll get to our picks here in a minute.
The fans
but
are
we still
winning.
got a few things here. I just want you guys to remember this is a rematch of 2015 where the Patriots won 28-24. They were down. Seattle was down on like the 1 or 2 yard line. They had Marshawn Lynch that year, and that was the year they decided to throw the ball. And what was his name? He made a ton of money too. The corner that picked it off.
It escapes me at this point.
Yeah, it escapes me at the moment, but he made a lot of money. They practiced that over and over and over, they said, in practice. You guys have to remember, Vrabel is part of the Belichick tree. He's very anal also. He knows defenses. He knows what to practice. He knows how much to practice and who to push. So on that, I really think the Patriots defense is going to show up this game. I think they're going to get after Sam Darnold a little bit. If you guys have watched Sam Darnold, second half, actually the last quarter of the season into the playoffs, minus that last 49ers game, he started seeing a little bit of ghost. And Jack alluded to it a little bit before we got on air here about that oblique injury. Jack, you want to go a little bit more into what we were talking about with that oblique injury?
Yeah, I mean, so last year Baker Mayfield was great, and this year for the first quarter, maybe a little bit extra of the season, he was the league MVP. People were chanting his name, and then they wanted to rip down the statues. The fact of the matter is that he had an oblique injury, and that got coupled with a shoulder injury as well. But when you have an oblique injury, you really can't. It feels like a driving pain underneath your rib cage. Right, so if you're constantly trying to have that and throw that, it's difficult being Baker's size because he's all torque, right? 6 foot, he's listed at 6'1". I mean, you go find him and stand next to him. He'll probably be in some type of corner bar tonight. I'm joking, but again, Sam Darnold a little bit taller, but what I have noticed is that although he doesn't have to torque as much because he's longer, Sam Darnold is leaving a little bit off the ball. He's not driving like he was. He's just kind of putting it in a spot, almost like a Brock Purdy would, and looping it in a little bit and letting the guy run to where it's going. He's anticipating a little bit more than he is driving. If New England really wants to test him, if Vrabel really wants to prove that he wants to win this game no matter what, on one of the first plays of the game, I'd send my linebacker, make sure you got close to the kid, and drive him into the ground. Let him know that we're not here to play patty cake, and take the flag. Flag, good. Throw it. I drove him into the ground. You want to give me the 15 to 20 yard penalty? Let's do it. But I'm just going to let you know that when you get up off the ground, we could be coming again.
Set the tone.
Right, because that's the real, if you're any type of coach like Bill Belichick was, he would do it.
That's the way Rex Ryan was.
He would do
Ryan used to do that. Oh, especially when he played at Belichick's team. When he played a Brady, he wanted to put Brady on his ass. Listen, when you're back behind that pocket, just remember, I'm coming for you.
Look, you're the grandson. Aspect. Look, you're the grandson of Dick Hammer. Let's see it. Let's see it. You're going to smoke us? Let's see it. Because if I got to absolutely believe that I sent my wolves after you all game long, and I have to start it early. And if I can get those feet moving a little awkwardly, or, make you go to a screen pass, or, you know what? Jackson Smith-Njigba, I know you guys don't understand. He's not the fastest guy. He needs a route to develop. He needs to hit a certain 7, right? A certain tree. He's got legs that can cut a rug. But at this point in their career, Stephon Diggs still runs a faster 40. It's a little interesting. They're built kind of down to the ground, but Diggs is still a more burner. I think Diggs, when he got out of college, was a 4.37, 4.38 guy. They said
Mhm.
4.4, whatever. When he ran it, and really wanted to, he was a 4.38 speedster. Najigba's closer to 4.6. He's a 4.57. He's not a monster speed guy. Tremendous routes. I mean, he knows when to cut it off. He knows what you're looking for. But Najigba's not super fast.
He's not, but he does. He's like Jerry Rice was. He has that extra gear when that ball's like 5 feet in front of him, and he knows like at his current at his fastest speed, he can't catch that. He has that extra, and we don't know where it comes from. There's certain players that has that extra step when they need it. Like you don't understand how all of a sudden they became that fast, but they did because normally they're not that fast. Jerry was like that too. Just like if the ball's just a little bit out in front of him, he has that extra, like, I don't know, 4 yards where he could just go bam and pick up speed like that. And then he's back to normal. And the Jigma, and I don't want to put those two in the same sentence because nobody is Jerry to me. But I'm just saying he has that Jerry Rice speed, deceptive speed.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold talked about it actually. One of the pregame specials that they had. Sam Darnold talked about that also, about how he's able to do that, and he doesn't know. There's just certain players that is able to do that.
Yeah. And I mean, Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's going to have a good game. I don't think, you could sit here and it's not like he hasn't seen the uniform before. He's a journeyman quarterback. He was drafted by the Jets. How great do you think the Jets feel right now, too? Jeez, we blew another draft pick. But the Jets and the Browns, right? The Browns lost Mayfield. He's having a life. Darnold leaves. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go west. I'll land where I land. Lands in Seattle, and he's in the Super Bowl. But it's not like, if you're not used to seeing a certain uniform or a certain player or it's gonna feel like home again to a certain degree. He won't have any of his Jets coaches.
Sam Darnold has been with five different teams in 8 years.
Yeah.
So, last 2 years, he's won 30 games, though, including the playoffs.
Yeah, it's been good.
Pretty damn good. That's pretty good.
And we sit there. I sat there at least, and I was like, well, Justin Jefferson made life easy. Well, maybe Sam Darnold grew up in Carolina, right? Darnold would always have nice beginnings to seasons. Teams would figure him out, drop him a couple times, and then he would tick right back down. Baker got there, stole the job. And he went to San Francisco after that.
Yeah,
didn't get the job.
Purdy for learning, showing him how to study.
Yeah, didn't get the job.
He learned a lot off of Purdy on how to study film and where to basically categorize everything. What's most important when you're doing film study? Sometimes when you're in the league for so long, you have so many different people in your ears. They think they know what's best for you. Sometimes you just need a reset. You need to go somewhere and reset. And I think that's what Sam Darnold was able to do. He got lucky in 3 different spots. He got lucky in Carolina where he was able, we're able just to sit back, watch Mayfield a little bit, see what he did. Then he went over to San Francisco, watched what Purdy did, listened to Kyle. And then he went over to the Vikings. And then by the time he got there, he was like, okay, I know how to do this now. And O'Connell just picked up where the other two left off.
I'm a big proponent. I love Lee Trevino, right? Golfer. And there's all these gurus. By the way, all these golf gurus, they want your money. Oh, but they're going to make me a better player. Brother, they have you thinking about 30 things in your backswing.
Yeah.
Hit the ball square and straight.
The worst year I ever played golf was the year I decided to take lessons. That was my worst year ever in golf.
Yeah.
Was the year I decided to take lessons. I was so mechanical. I didn't hit the ball right. I was topping it. I was slicing it. I was coming in open. Like you said, I had 30 things going through my head before I even hit the ball.
Right. So, back in the day, they used to tell you the seatbelt rule. I like the seatbelt thing. You can sit in the passenger seat of a vehicle, right? And you go to grab your seatbelt. Oh, look, that's right where my left arm should be. Straightened out, obviously, right? and then twist. Oh, okay. And then you use this almost as your hammer, almost as your sickle, you're clubbing down, right? And you just got to hit it square. That's what the game comes down to. If you hit it square and straight more than the other guy, chances are you'll have better opportunities to putt. That's what Sam Darnold's doing, right? He's the right height, the right weight. You don't have to add any extra to it. Keep your feet under you and just twist your body. That's really all it is. And anticipate. And if you're a yard or two off, your receivers should be just fine to get it. You don't have to be perfect. Put it in that area and they'll readjust.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, you're going to have some difficulty here. The Arnold is not going to be a cake. I know everybody's like, well, Seattle and the spread. Listen, there's a couple players you want to know from New England. Gonzalez is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether he'll be roaming. I don't know whether he'll stay on wherever Smith-Njigba goes. I don't know. And Vrabel's smart about these things, right? He played on defenses in New England that would change in the middle of games and change over here and then change again. And then all of a sudden we're bringing everybody. That's my concern here. If they roam Gonzalez and they bring players and blitzers from different spots and they confuse Sam, will he start dating back and remembering those days, almost like a flashback? Will he look at this Patriots team and almost feel like he's in a Jets uniform again? There's a little bit to that. All of a sudden you blink, right? Like we worked in restaurants, right? And when it got out of control and out of hand at times, you almost blink and go, oh my God, you know what this feels like? And you just power through it, but you're not really winning. You're just surviving. And if Sam starts just surviving, he's going to start having problems. And I don't know if he'll bury himself or be able to dig himself out of that shell. Maybe he's moved past those things. Right. But it's at least a little bit concerning because I'm telling you that Gonzalez is good.
Yeah. Another guy you have to watch out for on that defense is Milton, defensive tackle. For the Patriots. When he is on the field, they've only allowed 3 rushing touchdowns all season when he is on the field. When he's not on the field, if I remember correctly, it was 9. So, I mean, that's a huge jump when he's not on the field. He seems to be very healthy going into this game. Another guy you want to watch out for offensively for the Patriots is rookie Trayvon Henderson. He had 5.1 yards per carry this year, his rookie year. So when after the Patriots figure it out, you know, we need to start running this guy and start featuring this guy a little bit more than Stevenson. He started really turning it on. You and I was big on him in the preseason when we seen him play. We seen him rush the ball like hell that one preseason game and return I don't remember if it was a punt or a kickoff. The one I know it's preseason. Believe me, guys, I understand it's preseason, but still, you have to do the job, and he was doing the job, and it just didn't translate early into the season like we thought it was going to be. But the second half of the season, when the Patriots kind of figured him out, he averaged 5.1 yards per carry. So that's huge. That's very huge, especially going up against that Seattle defense. If you can threaten that run with the play action and with Drake May's arm. And like you said, with Stephon Diggs being a veteran wide receiver, that play action pass is going to be tough to stop.
I would, you know, and so here's some things with Drake May too, right? We just gave you some concerns about Sam Darnold. It's not going to be perfect. He's not, you know, he wasn't even drafted number 1 in his class. But with all the tools and gifts and height, and he wasn't drafted number 1. Okay, so he can be doubting at times of himself. That's just Drake May. I'd be okay because I think it needs to happen. I just think it finally needs to happen. I would love if, like, on the 3rd play of the game, Drake May threw an interception. before the Patriots fans in the chat get after me, I think he needs to.
Mhm.
Right? He almost threw one in Denver. He had no clue that guy was coming down. And I
Mhm.
just think he needs to, if he's going to honestly let the ball rip here, he's going to have to get a little lucky. Like you have to understand, Stafford threw interceptions against his defense. You're going to have to. It's the only way you're going to win.
Mhm.
When you throw them is differently. If he can play chess with timing and McDaniels can keep him under control and forget about the one he threw early, if you can build false confidence for the Seattle's defense, which is what happens sometimes, they start coming down. Then you rip one in there because you got a good arm. I mean, he's got a world-class arm. You rip one in there, they broke down quick on, and you completed it. Now they got a problem because they thought they were going to get another one. You blew it past them, and now the fight's on because now they're guessing a little bit. But I just wish that he doesn't. My fear is that he opens up tight. Sometimes McDaniels calls it tight early.
Mhm.
And if he opens up tight, I don't know if Drake May can ever leave that. I've watched him at North Carolina, and in big games, he's tight. Against Duke, tight. And he lost those games. And he never looked like he was himself. Maybe not even an interception, just maybe a run up the middle or something, break that sweat, get the athlete out in him, and let him get blasted. Just not dead, but just hit really good where he's like, okay, this is what this team's about. I'd rather him not get hit because that defense will absolutely smash you.
Mhm.
So I that's what I want to happen. I want Sam Darnold to have a little bit of questions, right? Him to have almost an arrogance. Oh, well, and not know where Gonzalez is roaming. That would make for a great chess match. And if Drake May in turn just got the interception out of the way, go ahead. Hit on the pretty girl with a dumb pickup line. Hey, get it out of the way. You got a whole pocket full of pickup lines.
Mhm.
One of them's going to work. Get the bad one out of the way. The one that you, whatever garble is going to come out of your mouth. Throw the interception, come back, and you and McDaniels could sit there and go, okay, so how that one feel, big fella? That's how I envision it going.
Drake May is going to become the second youngest player or second youngest quarterback ever to start a Super Bowl. Do you know who the first youngest was?
First youngest guy to start a Super
No,
Bowl.
no, quarterback, QB.
Okay, yeah, first youngest. Well, that's what I meant. First youngest quarterback to start a Super Bowl. Man, I don't know. It's not Dan Marino. It's Dan Marino.
It's Dan Marino.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? I knew he was in
Yeah,
one. I knew he was
Dan
pretty
Marino.
young.
Yeah, he was very young. Yeah, he was 22 when he started.
Did he win?
So, no, he didn't. No, 49ers beat him.
Did
Yeah.
he
Do
win?
you know, these are just some stupid stats, guys, I have
No, they're
here real
fun.
quick.
This is
Some
fun.
stupid stuff about the Super Bowl.
That was a good guess,
Um,
though.
did you know 22.6 million Americans are estimated to call in sick tomorrow? It is
Really?
the most called off day of the year. So bad that a lot of companies just tell you to take the day off. We're closed. That's how bad it's become.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I mean,
There's been 12 teams in the NFL that's never won a Super Bowl. They consist of the Cardinals, Falcons, Bills, Panthers, Bengals, Browns, Lions, Texans, Jags, Chargers, Vikings, and Titans.
they've never won a Super Bowl.
They'd never won a Super Bowl. Those 12
So,
teams.
see, if you guys want to be a fan of somebody, there's plenty of bandwagon left to jump on.
There is.
Right?
Yep.
They've never won a Super Bowl. So do it.
Yep, never won.
Like one of these teams.
8.7 yards is the amount of points that the Patriots have allowed in the playoffs. Let's see here. 7
Touchdown.
million Americans are expected to place a bet on the Super Bowl.
Are you placing a bet?
Oh, absolutely. Well, come on. I'm a fucking degenerate.
$1 million.
um, 4 is the number of double-digit wins by the Seahawks on their 6 road victories since November. That's huge.
It is.
Here with some other
Especially because they're the road team today. I don't even know what that means, by the way. That's what it means. Not
all right. Here's a nice one. 0 is the number of players who have won a Super Bowl for the same franchise as a player and a coach.
Oh,
so
really?
as a player and a coach of that same team, they've never won a Super Bowl.
Really? That's a fun stat.
Oh, actually, let me get this. Love from Australia. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. And too much padding and helmets, weak sauce. All right, he must be a rugby guy. Must be a rugby guy.
There's a lot of padding. I'm a
and
soccer
especially
guy.
with
There's a lot of
those
padding.
Guardian helmets they have now. With that
Oh my God, they look like
my girlfriend Joy. She calls them the Gizmo helmets. She's like,
Like-
"There's a gizmo. There's a gizmo."
they're like they look like they're balloon heads. First like, man. Thank you so much. At Rick1707. Follow us, subscribe, whatever. We'll carry it. We'll
Hit
cover
that
some
like button.
rugby.
Appreciate it.
Thank
you
you.
very much. Let me see here. What is another good stat here that I have for you guys?
Dude, I'm looking at some weird. I want to put this out here because I think this is odd. First touchdown scorer, right? Kenneth Walker's plus 350. Jackson Smith-Njigba's plus 500. Ramondre Stevenson's plus 750. Cooper Kupp's plus 1,000. AJ Barner's plus 1,100. That's your top 5 first touchdown scorers, and one of them's a Patriot. One. Not even equal.
I think it's going to be Kenneth Walker. That's who I'm putting my money down for the first touchdown of the game.
I'm just saying it's not even equal. It's not even
that?
It's not even, for instance, it's not even like Isaiah Pacheco, AJ Brown, Saquon Barkley, Travis Kelce. It's not even come on over and play with the lads any day.
Dude, I'm 50. You guys would crush me anymore. But back in my 20s, I would have got out there and played some rugby with you guys.
Out on the barbecue, no shrimps. No shrimps on the Barbie. There, I said it. I know you wanted me to say it. I said it. No shrimps on the Barbie. How dare you? I cannot be there. No, I will.
Just to let you guys know, Kenneth Walker, speaking of Kenneth Walker, he had 49% of the Seattle's rushing yards this year.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker's a beast. I like.
Yeah, I've always liked him. I've liked him since he's come in. Charbonnet, I know, has come on, UCLA guy. He gives you that extra speed, that extra little juke there. But I've always been a Kenneth Walker fan. I mean, Jack knows from fantasy-wise, a couple years ago I had him. I loved him.
Yeah, and it was a great. I was mad about the draft pick, and then it turned out he didn't have a good year.
Yeah. Here is 64 NFL players have won a Super Bowl for 2 or more franchises. That's
wow.
Neat. Yeah,
that's cool.
That's a lot.
You guys want your first
72% is the number of passes completed during the regular season by Drake May. I already said that. That 72% was his passing. That's so good. It really is.
It is.
67.2% of the time that a team scores first in the Super Bowl, they end up winning it.
That they score first.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
They end up winning it. Happy game day, man. Rick, hey, I appreciate you stopping in. Thank you.
Happy game day.
Listen to the rest of the podcast. We're here every Sunday, sometimes Saturday. Just keep an eye out. Actually, if you hit that sub button, hit that notification button, by either one of us, you'll get a noti letting you know that we're on. So
sub and notify. I'll give you guys your first prop bet of the night. How about this one? I like this. How about Kenneth Walker III receiving yards over 22.5? How you feel about that?
What was
minus
that
120. Minus 120. Kenneth Walker III over 22.5 receiving yards. Love it. Love it. It's 2 dump offs and him catching some yards.
I get it. I mean, I like Charbonnet more in the passing game that I did
Charbonnet's
on
not playing.
Walker,
No.
but I mean, a couple screen passes to Walker, I mean, he could get that easily.
The thing
I
is
like it.
that since
I like it.
Charbonnet's been out, right? Since Charbonnet's not been able to play, since he's done, right? It's been Walker getting double the duty, and if they call for a pass play, Walker could end up with like 3 or 4 receptions, and then that's it. It's done. He's got it.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty easy.
I like it.
That's my first prop bet for you guys. Kenneth
My
Walker.
first one, Kenneth Walker, is going to score the first touchdown.
That's a good one.
I like that one. I like it a lot.
That's a good one.
Did you know 162 million pounds of chicken wings will be scarfed down Super Bowl Sunday?
Those poor chickens. That's it.
162 million pounds, guys. That's crazy.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of chicken wings.
That's a lot. That's too much. That's too many chicken wings. That's
okay,
a play.
since
I
we're
definitely
talking chicken wings, all right, let's talk some beer. 325 million gallons of beer will be consumed on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh God, that's too much beer. That's too much.
Guys, I love these little stats here.
Ooh, that's a wild.
505 is the record for the most passing yards in a Super Bowl. That was done by Tom Brady in 2018 against the Eagles.
Yeah, that's most passing yards, right?
Yeah.
You want the most interceptions in a Super Bowl?
Ooh, this one's nice.
All time. I'll let you guess.
All time in a Super Bowl. In a Super Bowl game or all time in a Super Bowl?
All time.
Like over a career.
The all-time leader career. Super Bowl
Career.
interception. I'll let you have a guess or two.
All right, talk for a minute about something and let me think about this for
Yeah. So, all right. So, we're going to look at player receptions here because this kind of molds the game. I just want to give you guys the over-unders for it, right? So, Jackson Smith-Njigba, he's projected or favored to go under 7.5 receptions. That's minus 140. That's pretty good. That's you're getting a little bit of juice there. If he gets 5 or 6 receptions or whatever, you're kind of living good if he gets over 7.5. So you're talking 8 receptions. Do you think that Smith-Njigba is going to have over 8 receptions? Or at 8 receptions? That could be a good bet for you, minus 140.
Oh, absolutely. That could be a really good bet.
How about some more bets, right? Stephon Diggs over 4.5 sits at minus 130. If Diggs doesn't give you the yards, but he does give you the intermediate routes, then sitting at minus 130, that over seems like it could hit. Under is sitting at plus 100. You're getting value here, by the way. Not a ton, but I want you to listen to it. Let it marinate, right? What's some other good stuff? Here's a wild one. I don't know if I'd play it, but it's better than the Diggs one. Hunter Henry over 3.5 receptions, minus 140. Will that hit?
I like that one. I think the tight ends are going to have to be involved if they're going to win this game.
I do too, but I'm telling you, if he throws it too high to Henry, he's going to have a broken rib in 2 minutes. And then there it goes.
Statistically, it should be Tom Brady because he's been in the most Super Bowls.
Yes.
It was him?
No.
Oh, okay. I personally think it's Roger Staubach.
Most interceptions in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Would you like the answer?
Yeah, absolutely. It could also be Elway. So it's not Tom Brady. He was my number one because statistically I thought that he had the most opportunities. It's been the 9?
Yep.
So,
yep.
But my gut tells me it was Roger, but then it could also be John Elway too.
All right, so who are you going with?
Roger.
It's Elway.
Is it Elway? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's Elway.
I knew it was one of the two. I hate the Cowboys that much that I just went with a Cowboy.
8 interceptions.
8. Wow. That's a lot.
Yep. And we forget about it. We just go, well, but he's awesome. It's like, well, John Elway for a couple of years was fine. And for a couple of years, they were like, man, we might have made a mistake with this kid from Stanford.
Well, he's always been that gunslinger.
He has.
I mean, everybody wants to talk about Brett Favre and everything. Like, yeah, he was a gunslinger, but the original gunslinger was Elway. Like he was just rocket arm, rocket this, great athleticism, could run the ball. I mean, guy was a phenomenal quarterback. Unreal.
I'm trying to look at what I'm looking at right now, guys. I'm looking at where the rubber meets the road. Right. So I'm looking at Drake May passing yards, right? To record 225 plus passing yards minus 150. To record 250 plus, you're looking at plus 130. That's your rubber meets the road right there. Right. So
250.
250 seems to be where it's not going to go. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Sam Darnold is set just the same way. Like they have the quarterback's pigeonholed. I wouldn't play quarterback props at all, to be quite honest.
No, if anything, with Drake May, I'd go under 250 against that
I like
Seattle
that.
defense. I definitely wouldn't go over. I would stay away from the Sam Darnold prop bet with passing yards, just for the fact that you don't know what you don't know really what that Vrabel defense could do because of the and I know they only can play what's on their schedule, but the competition that they played this year, they only played 3 teams that was over 500. All
Yep.
right. So, guys, let's just sit back and remember that. I already know. Listen, they played great throughout the playoffs. They did their job. They only could play who's on their schedule. I preach that all the time. But you also have to remember, have they met somebody like Seattle's defense yet? You could say Denver's defense, but listen, guys, I'm sorry. I don't think you guys win that game in Denver if it wasn't for that second half weather. I
No,
really
not
don't.
at
I
all.
think Denver walks away with that,
Yeah.
even with Statham under quarterback. And I'm sorry if Bo Nix played. I don't think you guys win that game at all.
No, I don't. I agree with that. How about this? What if I
But
told you
you
this?
guys
Ready?
won. You guys won. So I'll give you credit for that. So, but that is the reason why I'm staying away from Darnold's numbers, and I'm more enticed to go with Drake May's numbers.
How about this though? Because it's way more money if you want to parlay it with something. Maybe we can convince you here. To record 225 plus passing yards, Sam Darnold's at minus 185. That's see, and it's probably gonna come. That's probably you could put a check.
185?
No, to record 225 to over 225 passing yards
Oh,
is
225.
minus 185, which is way more than May's.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May's passing yards is set right at, for that same number, it's minus 150.
A lot more money to make there.
Yeah, but it ain't coming.
No, I'll stay with the under 250 for Drake May.
Oh yeah, that's a great
I feel
bet.
very confident in that. You hit
Yeah.
that 225 mark, I'm not touching it.
Mhm.
I'm not touching that. Sam
But I would do it
Darnold,
for
I'm
Sammy.
more enticed to.
I would do
want
it
to
for
say
Sammy.
over for 225 for Sammy.
I would love that. I love that bet.
You know?
That's, I mean, I feel like I can sell some stuff if I don't like it.
Mhm.
I don't want to do that, but this is how we kind of look at things, right? You got to look at where the favorites are and where they're sitting,
Mhm.
right? And you got to look at reception yards and what players. And when you start lining these up, you got to like certain. So Greg just said, "Hey, look, I like Drake May, but over 250 yards against that defense, I don't love it." I think that's a great bet. That's a fantastic under, and there aren't a lot of unders I'd like to live with.
Mhm.
In the same respect, Sam Darnold to record over 225 passing yards, probably going to come in at minus 185. And what you're trying to do, see how you did both sides of the coin there. You don't believe that Drake May can really get that defense.
Mhm.
And And that's part of the question here. That's part of the quandary. It's part of the problem. Drake May is going to have to use his athleticism. This defense is going to punish you for it.
Mm-hmm.
And is he going to? He's not. I know what that regular season accuracy level is. Those passes, 4 impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't tight windows. They were all over the top. Here's the problem. Seattle, you're a 49er fan. They don't let you come over the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, they make you throw slants. Enjoy your day.
Check
Check downs. Or enjoy your day. Because if you don't have patience, and I'm telling you, Drake May at North Carolina had no patience. And I know it's different. He's in the league now and all these other things. If Josh McDaniels cannot get him settled into 13 play drives, if he just can't sit and live with it, he's going to be looking up in the third quarter going, man, I should have listened.
There's one thing I will say, though, about Josh McDaniels is that he has put throughout the whole playoffs and this year has put Drake May in the best position, not just to complete the play or make the play, not to get sacked. He's been one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
Listen, say what you want as McDaniels as a head coach. There's not a better person that I would want calling my plays besides Kyle Shanahan. The guy's phenomenal offensive coordinator. Phenomenal.
Yeah. For me, he's great one-on-one. Josh McDaniels. He's great one-on-one. He's wishy-washy when it's 1-on-10. The message starts to get faded, and then 20, and then leading a locker room, that's not it. One-on-one, he's fantastic, right? Mm-hmm. But you start adding other elements, and then this, and then reporters, and he can't shoulder all that burden.
No. You let him come up with the game plan, develop a quarterback, come up with a great game plan for that quarterback, just like he did for Tom Brady for plenty of his Super Bowls. He can do that. He's one of the best at that. I mean, so good that he was one of the youngest coaches ever to get a head coaching opportunity. He just sucked.
I can't wait. By the way, I'm glad you brought him up. I can't wait to hear Tom Brady commentate today.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he works he's the hardest worker on the planet, right? Tom Brady works hard at getting better at what he wants to do. He never came out and was great at anything in his whole life. So everybody that was like, he's a terrible commentator. Yeah, terrible at everything. Remember back up at Michigan, 4th string, New England? You guys forget everything. Tom Brady commentating this game, because I think if New England comes out and they stumble out of the gates, right? Like a horse with a broken leg. If they come out and stumble out of the gates, I hope that he has the discipline to stay with the viewer and not veer. Because sometimes he'll veer and he'll be like, oh man, like you could hear him knowing where the snap, where the throw, where the everything had to be. And his pinpoint accuracy, the dot that he throws, his football is impeccable. And I think he would have had trouble with this Seattle defense, but he's probably the only guy I think that would have the chance to disrupt them.
Okay. All right. Listen, that could very well. I mean, he could come in and totally go off the rails. But listen, we love Madden for that. So,
he's a professional, but there are times you can hear him going, oh, that was just, where that needed to be. And I'm just like, you do know where that needed to be. It needed to be just a little bit more outside, perfect spiral. And again, we talked about this earlier. Drake May is going to have to make that defense, you're going to have to hit them with a punch to where they go, like their eyes open up. And they start, you ever see a boxer, right? Sort of, oh, that one didn't hurt, knowing that you hurt them, knowing that the cheek slumped a little bit or the jaw's a little off kilter, right? That's what you're going to need. These are the instances that are going to win the game. Is Drake May grown enough I don't know. I don't know.
I think he has. Hold on, I'm just looking something up.
And then if they win,
Uh,
if the Patriots win, he's gone through. I mean, this people are going to talk about what a great Super Bowl run, right? Because he beat Houston in their defense at home. Then he traveled to Denver, right? You're just going to know. Then he beat Denver's defense, right? That's what'll be said. And then he had to deal with Seattle's defense, which is an absolute knockout artist. So, it'll definitely add to his res. And then we got to talk about Drake May got a Super Bowl before Josh Allen. These will be some storylines.
Ooh, that would be very interesting. That would
These
be
are
very
some
interesting.
these are some storylines that are going to come down the pike if New England wins. And I don't know how they're definitely not going to play in Buffalo, but the fact that Buffalo had been working up steam, Belichick's gone, ding dong, the witch is dull, not again. That's how they'll be living in Buffalo, that mafia, right? So they're getting tougher, and they use plastic tables, that mafia. I'm kidding.
For you guys that don't know, the Seattle Seahawks, they were in the AFC. They were in the AFC West from 1977 to 2001. So they weren't in the NFC for too long, only 20-something years.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, they were never in our division. I mean, we used to have the Saints and Falcons was in the 49ers division. It was Saints, Falcons, Rams, 49ers.
Huh.
Yeah. Arizona was up in the NFC West, or East, NFC East. Everybody remembers they always sucked, but they always stayed competitive against the Eagles, against the Cowboys, like a typical NFC East teams. They sucked against everybody else, but they beat up on each other.
Do you like the over or under in this game?
I am pretty much staying away from that, just for the fact that you got two really good defenses, but then you got some good offenses too that can put up points.
Dick Hammer put the gun to your head. What are you doing?
Under.
Yeah.
I could easily see this being a 14-21 game, 14-17 game with the amount of defenses that we have here. But the fact of the matter is we have two big arm quarterbacks, so that could easily be thrown out the window.
Yeah.
That's why I'm staying away from it. I'm not touching the over-under this year.
45. Okay, so you're not touching it. Okay.
No. I'm going to be doing some prop bets, and I mean, I think Seattle's going to win this. I really do. So I haven't put my bet in yet for the game. I'm leaning towards Seattle. I want the Patriots so bad because I hate Seattle so much. I really do. Their fans are just as annoying as the Eagle fans anymore. Minus the history. So at least the Eagles fans have history. If I had to push comes to shove, it's going to be I'm probably going to go with the Seattle Seahawks money line. I'm not touching the 4.5. If I'm doing point spread, I'm taking New England. I could easily see this being a 3-point game.
All right, so
a 3-point game.
Yeah. Here's what I have. Seattle's done well the whole game. Scores 24-20. They punt, right? Because they played it too safe. They played it too safe, but they trust that defense, so they punt. We'll say New England's got the ball at the 17. Right? I'm going to load this up for you guys. New England's got the ball at the 17. Drake May throws an incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10. Right? Where the clock's probably around, we'll say, a minute and 30 seconds. Throws an incomplete pass. But it scores 24-10. So field goal, I mean, he's got to start working, right? 2nd and 10, another incomplete pass. Now he's staring down 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. Seattle's running, they're running a safe defense. They're covering everybody. This is where Drake May gets special. Drake May runs for like 35 yards. Maybe that wins all your parlays. Maybe, right? We'd be sweating. Right. Give me a napkin. I made it. Right. but he gets that yardage. Now he starts completing passes again, right? Maybe he hits Hollins. Hollins a good matchup. He's a good mismatch, right? He can take beatings, and he's a tall guy, right? If they play him in certain spots, he's really like he believes he's much better than everybody else does. So if he gets Hollins involved and maybe a Diggs involved and all this other, I think Seattle's going to get New England's going to get all the way down to Seattle's 8-yard line with about 15 seconds left. And it's going to be 24-20, and Drake May is going to have a couple shots, and he's just going to come up short.
Okay.
He's just going to come up short.
Listen,
And
a lot worse could happen.
When the field shrinks, he doesn't know that the one thing that athleticism will not teach you is how to move someone else without your body. Right? So think about that, right? The one thing, if athletically you cannot touch or move that person, how do you move them? Right? You got to be able to set up plays that are successful in your mind, create them so that that person is thinking about them 2 moves later. And I think he's able to do it when there's a lot of field, right? When there's a lot of chessboard, when there's a lot of moves left. But when he only has 2 or 3 pieces and everything has shrunk, he just doesn't have that yet. I threw this ball into the ground. Now I only got 8 seconds left, but I have to think and have the guts to throw another one into the ground because the next one I'm going over their head. You might not have the time. I'll have to.
I'm telling you right now, if the Patriots win this game, it's not going to be because of Drake May. The X factor in this game offensively is Trayvon Henderson. That is the X factor. If he could bust off I know I said, what was he averaging? 5-point-something yards per carry this year. If he can even average 4 yards per carry on this defense on first down, that puts him at 2nd and 6 every single time. I'll take 2nd and 6 all the time. Another run, a 3rd and 2. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Trayvon Henderson is going to be the X factor in this game. We all know how the speed he has, but I'm telling you, he is going to put some moves on this defense that you're going to be like, wow.
Think so?
I think I'm going to be drafting him next year in fantasy.
Well, no.
Listen, no, I'm not saying me. I'm saying that's what people are going to think during this game.
Listen, he had 9 touchdowns on the season, and a lot of them were for big yardage. The thing is that he doesn't do a great job with how the run is scripted. And I think Vrabel's going to want him to stay within how the run is scripted, because the one thing Seattle does better than any other team is when you double back, they kill you. I left something behind, you're dead in every movie if the Seahawks are in it, right? And so Trayvon Henderson, obviously, if he has to get in, he's not a Josh Jacobs. Jacobs can get in there and move you 6 yards, or he can break out that way. Henderson always kind of doubles back, and maybe you're right. Maybe he gets a perfect hole, and if he does, he's gone. Right? That's not even a big question mark. I mean, he has the legs. He's just not great at finding it all the way.
He has the moves, too.
He does.
The moves.
He does. RJ Harvey found out the hard way midway through the year that he was like, oh, you know what I really have to do? Yeah, you really have to do that. This doubling back, let's check out his prop, right? What's his rushing yard prop? Let's find out.
I'd like to know what his rushing and receiving combo is.
Touchdown score is not very good. That's not a good barometer, though. I've got touchdown score. I don't know if I have. I'm searching through the rushing yards here on Hard Rock to see if I can find. All right, player rushing yards. Here it is. Kenneth Walker, 72.5. It's even at -115. Ramondre Stevenson, this isn't a big tell either. 49.5, -120. That's the over. The under is set at -110. You're not right. There's not a lot there. Drake May over 36.5 rushing yards, minus 120. See, here's my problem here, right? Travion Henderson over 19.5 rushing yards, minus 120. Under is minus 110. That's telling me he's not going to be a big part of this one.
That who's not going to be a big part?
Travion Henderson. His projection, even if he goes over 19.5, let's say he doubles that. That's not a huge contribution to the game, right?
I'm sorry. I'm just combining.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's just not going to be. That's not a huge contribution. They think Sam Darnold's going to have over 2+ passing touchdowns. That's something that's going to happen. What else do we have here? Yeah, Drake May, they think he's only going to have minus 1+ passing touchdowns for Drake May is minus 700. 2+ passing touchdowns is plus 115. Yeah, the Seattle defense is going to come for you. And that's basically, I mean, we talked about it earlier that Brock Purdy has tremendous accuracy and he throws balls that just have a nice spiral on them. And when he's in momentum and in that perfect wave, he's pretty tough. For me, watching him, I know the stats are what they are, but I just think he's a better accurate quarterback than Drake May. And I think your best friend in this game is going to be accuracy over anything. But yeah, you always want to be accurate. No, sometimes you don't have to be as perfect, right? You got to throw bullets in cold weather and in windy conditions and stuff. You don't have to be perfectly accurate. You got to get a little bit of luck, and perfect accuracy is not a thing. But in this game with this defense, I mean, they just feel like they're just overwhelming. Every time that's the best way I can explain the Seattle defense. Before you see them, and I know, but New England has a good defense too. That's all I keep hearing. But New England, look, they're a fine defense. They haven't been tested in weeks. By the way, I don't know if you found this out. CJ Stroud had a knee issue when they played. So but look what they did to CJ Stroud. He had a grade 3, I think it was, which isn't perfect. He had a grade 3 MCL.
And let's not forget that against the Broncos, Drake May did go down with a shoulder injury.
Oh, okay.
He is not. There is no injury designation for him at all this whole week. Just to let you guys know. But if you guys did watch that Denver game, he did go down with a shoulder injury.
But you got, and then you got Stidham. Like let's not pretend like that's the same. Stroud, then Stidham, and you got Stroud at home, and you got Stidham on the road. Right, and Seattle actually got the toughest bit of it because they had to play divisional opponents who know them best. Right, you got Brock Purdy, and that I know, but depleted and injured. Look at man, who do you think injured them? The Seattle defense did the injuring.
Well, no, I mean,
partially
year did the injuring.
But they're in the division. They got to play them twice. They did some of the injuring.
I mean, the first game of the season, we came out and we beat them.
I get that.
Just so happened the last game, and then we lost 13-3, and then the playoff one, we had no one left. There was just no one. I mean, we were playing linebackers that were on the street.
Right. But and then they played the Rams, and
it was a very good team, and they took care of.
Right, twice this year. So they hit. But if they played 10 times, if the Seattle Seahawks played the Los Angeles Rams 10 times, what history has shown is Seattle will beat them. Those Rams,
7 out of 10 times.
Sure, those Rams that we love so much: Devonta Adams, Puka Nacua, Javonte Williams, Matt Stafford, your league MVP. This team would handle. And I know you don't love to hear it and love to see it and love to, but I haven't seen them a lot this year. Your problem. You're going to see them today. You might want to turn the volume on your TV down a little bit because they are going to crack New England. And that's another thing, too. We love Ramondre Stevenson. He's a big target to smash.
I don't love Ramondre Stevenson.
Well, not you, everybody else. Everybody else loves Ramondre Stevenson. Listen, Ramondre Stevenson, by the way, Ramondre Stevenson, weren't we talking about him having not arthritis, but fumbleitis? That's right. Fumbleitis. He was fumbling it everywhere. Right?
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, yeah. Yep.
Before Derrick Henry made it popular because he lost a few, it was Ramondre Stevenson doing it. Right? And Seattle.
Yeah, Stevenson got benched for Henderson.
Seattle does a lot of punching of that ball. And they brought Stevenson back and they got him some stick him and glue on his gloves and he was fine. I'm not sure if that part's true. It doesn't matter anyway. What I'm saying is
allegedly.
Sam Darnold threw for, I think it was 170 some yards against the Rams. And they won. Like, this is going to be a boring display of hell for New England. And I know that Vrabel and
it will be.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. I've seen that Seattle team play, and listen, I know they're good, but they've shown weaknesses throughout the year. I mean, they almost lost a couple. They almost lost to Carolina. You know, listen, I know almost it only counts horseshoes and hand grenades. I know this. But, like, when you're talking football and you're looking, like, Carolina put 30 points up on you, you know?
Yeah. That was also
on that defense. Carolina.
It was also after
listen, I'm just saying, stuff can happen. Let's not say this defense is the Ravens 2002 defense or that Giants defense or that Eagles defense from what was it, last year or 2 years ago. You know, they're not that. They're good. They're very good, but they're not all-time good. They're not Legion of Boom good. They're not NFL history good. They're very good, but they're not that good.
If they look special today, though, it's quite a run.
It's a very good run, and they'll go down as being a very good team. But I'm just saying, you have to do it. If they could do it next year too, and then they could go down as a history defense unit. But like I said, like they're not Baltimore good. They're not Giants good. They're not Eagles good. They're very good, but they're not all-time good like those defenses were.
I mean, I get maybe because, Sam Darnold's just a different version of Trent Dilfer.
You know? Sam Darnold has some elite arm strength that Dilfer didn't have.
When Dilfer entered the league, he did, and then the Buccaneers tried to ruin him. Oh, when he entered the league, he had cannon. Huh?
I said they ruined a lot of people back then.
Well, they did. Buccaneers Steve Young was one of them.
Ruined Steve Young.
Yeah. So they ruined Steve Young, and then Steve Young was moved on from, and they took, I believe, that draft pick, and they went and got Trent Dilfer and tried to kill him too. He had a cannon when do you know Trent Dilfer entered the league as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer with a full head of hair? Oh, yeah. Full head of hair. Gone. 2 seasons in Tampa Bay. His head was gone.
Was it him or his brother won the Heisman?
Trent
Dilfer?
One
won the Heisman. It was either Ty or Trent. I can't remember which one.
That was Ty Detmer.
Detmer, that's it.
Not Dilfer, yeah.
Detmer.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that so what if Seattle wins by 25 today?
And then that's a different story, but I just don't see it happening. We'll talk about that next week. If they do, and then I could change my mind. My mind's not set in stone. I could be persuaded to go a different route. I'm just saying right now at this point, they're not the Steel Curtain. They're not the Baltimore, defense. They're not that defense isn't scoring more points than that offense. I remember, what was that, 2002?
Yeah.
When Baltimore did that. Literally, their defense outscored their offense every game.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have no idea how great that defense was. Not until you guys look at the stats and watch the game. Like, I still can't say enough how great that defense. It was unreal.
That defense was so good.
When your defense outscores your offense every week, you know there's an issue.
They were so good, you would mention Terrell Suggs third.
Yes.
Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Devin McCourty was good there for years. Oh yeah, we have this
It
Trail
was
Suggs guy.
disgusting. And we're not even talking about their defensive line, at which I can't remember, but they were disgusting. Like
Yep.
they were just built differently back then.
Yep.
But those of you guys that don't know and not sure what we're talking about, just do a quick Google search. 2000, I believe it was 2002. Might have been 2001. I can't remember.
It's like Signetti says, Google them. Google me.
By the way, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite coaches after that moment.
I'll tell you what, they're the best team in the Big Ten right now.
They're their best team in the country.
Well,
not in the Big Ten, in the country. Plain
in the
simple,
country.
Until he proves us wrong, or we prove him wrong, whichever one. They are the best team in the country. I know they're losing their quarterback. Even his brother, he's transferring to somewhere else. But like Cincinnati, he's going to bring somebody else in. He's going to bring a transfer in that can run his system.
Yeah, it's that simple.
And if you guys don't believe me, Google him.
Google me.
Real quick, there's a stat on here I meant to say, but we kind of got off the charts. Everybody likes to know people's weight and stuff, how big they are in football and this and that. And the biggest player playing today plays for the Patriots. He's an offensive guard. He weighs in at 6'3", 350 pounds.
Jesus.
350 pounds. Mike Owenu, Owenu.
God, it's like feeding a St. Bernard.
Dude, he's like 3 of me. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's like feeding a St. Bernard.
That's a big boy. So Henderson, just run right behind him. That's all you have to do.
It's not a bad idea. That's
all right. All right. So our final picks before the end here.
Okay.
I'm going with Seattle on the money line. But if you made me take the points, I'm taking the Patriots. But my bet is going to be on Seattle money line.
Yeah. I'll take Seattle.
Money line points.
I'll take
does it matter to you?
I'll take Seattle with the points. I think they're better than New England. I just don't believe New England's going to be able to really move the ball.
Okay.
I know, but I just don't. I mean, I just remember watching those Rams games, and even those 49. I mean, Seattle was up 14-0 on the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were just blasting them, and there's no wide receiver on New England now that's better than Nakua.
I mean, you can argue Diggs is as good, but Puka is a different animal. You're right. He is.
Not now. Diggs 4 years ago. I always talk about Diggs 4 years ago, and Diggs now looks like Devonta Adams.
Yeah.
Seattle had him crawling off the field. I mean, for real.
Been hurt. Adams has been hurt. For
what they did to the man was illegal in 10 states. They blasted him, and he's crawling off the field. I don't know what kind of injury he even had before that. I think it was his legs. He's crawling. I don't
remember, but he has been injured the last portion of the season.
But they just hit with like you said, they're ferocious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they hit like Tyson used to. They really do. I mean, I watched don't throw a screen pass. Forget that play. Because they come down on it so quickly, as you know. I mean, they blow up the blockers. And again, it's one thing to be good, right? And we talked about him earlier. Richard Sherman had a big mouth, and he was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Witherspoon's got a big mouth, and I think he might be better than Sherman.
Well, because he has more physical tools than Sherman. Sherman was the smartest person on the field on both sides of the ball. Let's not the guy's a Stanford guy. The guy's freaking brilliant. Phenomenally brilliant. He has a smart mind. He knew where to be. But let's not pretend like he wasn't slow. He was. He was just very strong, and he knew where to be. He knew where to be at all times on that field. Guy was phenomenal. I am shocked he didn't get into coaching. I
I
am
think we're
shocked he didn't get into coaching.
I think we're gonna get the introduction tonight. Like tonight's gonna be the introduction. And just in case you were guessing, just in case you thought you knew who we were. You saw us a couple times. Yeah, I know the kid. Yeah, I know Vrabel. I just this Seattle team knows what they are. There's no fear. I'll take Seattle -4. I'll be betting Seattle on the money line. But
Mhm.
I'm not afraid of this spread. I'm
See,
not.
I am. I just don't. Listen. Josh McDaniels, he's a hell of an offensive coordinator. I find it hard to believe he's not going to come up with some offensive scheme and offensive plan to use this speed, this tenacity against them in certain parts of the game. I'm not saying throughout the whole game, but there's going to be some plays, just like Kyle can draw up, that they just use their over aggressiveness against them.
I love Josh McDaniels.
Mm,
I would if you asked me to rank coaches, I would probably sit there and I'd go, I'll take McVay,
mm,
then I'll take Kyle Shanahan, then I'll take Josh McDaniels.
mm,
Seattle walked in and whooped those two boys, those top two.
mm.
That's why I sit there and I go, you know what? Do I think that he can figure out more than those other guys? I do not. And I know that San Francisco was banged up. Ain't nothing worked.
Mm.
I do believe he tried. At one point, I thought he was going to throw his call sheets down. I mean, sometimes they're just too. It's just too much. It's overwhelming, and that's how much I think of Seattle. And every time I tried to deny it this season, I couldn't.
Mm.
You know, I just got to the point where I was like, "Hey, you drafted crazy people."
And another thing that I'm putting the brakes on Seattle about is, and I know we haven't gotten it this year, but we have gotten it every year with him, is when does Sam Darnold become Sam Darnold again? When does he crumble up? Just like last year in the playoff game, the year before that, or sorry, 2 years before that. Uh, when do we get that Sam Darnold that is going to make that mistake or those two mistakes? And that very well could be this game.
You know, I think that Sam might be gone. To be
I don't
quite
know.
honest,
He could be, but I'm
because
just saying, history going to repeat itself? It
I
has
think
every year with him.
Sam Darnold's gotten to the point now where he had the best season of his life. Best season of his life in Minnesota. And they say, get out. Anyway, you know what? If I'm going to be treated like a jerk, I'm going to be a jerk a little bit. I'm going to walk around and I'm not going to say please. And I'm not going to say thank you. And I'm going to go, you know what? Every time I was nice to people, I was treated like a jerk. I'm going to start being a jerk a little bit. I'm going to start believing in me. I'm going to throw easy open routes. They're going to be given to me. We even talked about AJ Barner, who can
Mhm.
play. He's a great tight end. By the way, if we're looking for an outside problem, I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but Rashid Shaheed can fly.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed can absolutely blow past every single player on the field. He's better than any New England Patriot player.
What what's his receiving yards for today?
Rashid's?
Because I do like him over 100 yards today.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh my god, I don't think he's on. Oh wait, that's the touchdowns. There's a lot of stuff here. When you guys get
Yeah,
on these apps,
there's so much on these.
and when you get on the apps, make sure you're under the right header because you're gonna have a bunch of headers open. Make sure you're on the right ones. Player receiving yards. I don't even think he's listed. Oh yes, he is.
Let's see. He's
22 and a half.
at and 25 plus 25 receiving yards. He's at negative 102. So I think he's going to be over 100 today. So we'll scroll to 100 plus. Guys, 100 plus receiving yards for him is plus 2,200. Dude, just drop $5 on that game. Just $5 on that. That's it.
That's not a bad
That's
play.
it. Five. That's a nice little chunk of change right there.
I will
I
tell you
like him
this.
over 100 yards though.
This is a little interesting. Rashid Shaheed, his opening line for rushing
Hmm.
So opening line for rushing opened at 2.5. It's now at 4.5. Somebody
Because of the
likes
jet sweeps.
well, right. So somebody likes them at 2.5.
Hmm.
And if you like them at 2.5, just know that there's an over sitting here at 4.5 at -115. I
Hmm.
mean, it's not that many more yards. It's 2.5 more yards is all you'll need.
Guys, even if you don't want that over 100, I mean, just to get at a plus 204 with Shaheed, plus 40 is at 204, plus 204. Like you're doubling your money right there.
Oh, you want a guarantee? You want a guarantee bet? You want a fun guarantee, everybody? It's up here. Jackson Smith Najigba under .5 rushing yards, -350. I mean, just take it.
He doesn't rush the ball.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Check.
So there. Check.
Done.
Done.
It's a little interesting that it's up there, though, as a
All right,
bet to
guys.
make.
That's pretty much our Super Bowl, I think. I think we kind of touched on a little bit of everything. Little side note real quick. Actually two side notes. One, Cowboys is rumored to they're gonna franchise George Pickens. That's the latest that came out. And the
He'll be in
second,
jail by
which
October.
yeah, yep, yep.
He'll be in jail by October. You think
And
he's
the
gonna play under a
second,
franchise tag?
yeah,
No, he's
yep,
not.
that's what yeah, we'll see. And the other one is, which I don't believe in the least bit, is that 49ers said they are not going to be trading Mac Jones. They're going to keep him and Purdy together for next year.
Yeah,
Don't
that's not.
believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Especially when people are going to be coming at us with second-round picks for him, second-round picks and a player. Just to let you guys know, if Mac Jones is moved, it won't be for anything less than a second. And if you guys are like, oh, but Greg, he was a backup and blah, blah, blah. Listen, this is why he won't be moved for less than a second. Because if he is on our roster next year and he leaves as a free agent the following year, the 49ers receive a third-round comp for him. So it'd be stupid for us to trade him for anything less than a second. Because we automatically get a third for him when he walks the previous year if we don't re-sign him.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So for everybody that's out there, he will be moved for a second or more.
I mean, I can't believe I see this, but like I'd rather them trade him just so I get to see him play.
No, I agree with you. And this is a perfect opportunity for the Niners to get a couple draft picks like that, a high draft pick and something else, or a high draft pick and a player, for the fact that this quarterback class is so bad coming out. So bad.
Or I would trade Brock Purdy to Arizona, keep him in the division. Now you don't have Kyle as a play caller anymore. Let's see what you got. I got Mac Jones. Look, I got my Mac Jones
Listen,
anyway.
I would love to have Mac Jones as a quarterback too. The guy has a little bit more physical tools than Purdy, but Purdy's superpowers between his ears. That anticipation, how smart he is, his study, his competitiveness. That's what's up, and his little bit of escapability compared to Mac Jones.
If
Um,
if you're
I'm a
thinking
homer. Listen, I love Mac Jones because of Bama. He won a national championship with us. I love him. But let's not pretend he's not probably the second best quarterback coming out in this draft. If you want to be technical,
yeah. Yeah, you can
Martinez
say that.
has the bet has right. That's his name, right? Martinez.
Fernando Mendoza.
Mendoza. I'm sorry, guys,
That's okay.
butchering his name. Mendoza. He has phenomenal talent. Mendoza does. I think he's going to be a good quarterback coming into the NFL. But after that, there's nobody. What? Ty Simpson? I'm a Bama fan. Really, Ty Simpson? Like it's so bad with the next pick that needs a quarterback, which is the Jets, that Lanning, the quarterback for Oregon, decided, you know what? I'm staying in school. Which is a smart move by him because he needs another year. So does Ty Simpson needs another year. But let's
See,
face it, in years past, those kids would have came out.
see what the rumor is now that Derek Carr's be trying to be coaxed out of retirement.
Oh, really? For
Yeah,
what?
I
For
don't know.
what? So Jack could come back with his bicycle? Is
Oh,
that
we'll
why?
see. Hold on.
So
I
Jack
can
can
tell.
come back with his bicycle.
Would you like to know where he could start right now?
Jets?
Done. That was exactly what I was going to say. The Jets. He could start
Yeah.
in and for the Jets right now.
Uh,
And
I
yes,
mean,
my
for as
bicycle
bad
would
of a
come back.
quarterback as he is, he'd be the best quarterback on that roster.
No, yeah, I would call him bicycle. Fantastic.
Bicycle.
Yeah, great
Bicycle.
bicycle.
Another quick note, Lindsey Vonn, she had a bad crash in the Olympics. I believe it was yesterday or early this morning. I don't know when it was one of those two. She had to be rescued by a helicopter off the mountain.
Oh,
So our prayers go out to her and her family. I hope she's all right. I guess it was I didn't get to see it, but I guess it was a pretty brutal crash.
well, she had an ACL injury and she still
Yeah,
decided to go.
yeah, yeah. You know, when you listen, when your sport only comes around or your Super Bowl only comes around once every 4 years, I guess you do what you got to do. You know.
Well, it's crazy because she got injured leading up to it.
Hmm.
Hurt that ACL. She's like, I've skied on ACL injuries before. Decided still to go, and she's 40.
Hmm.
Like she doesn't have to do this. She's doing it because it was. She went over to Italy because Italy was the first place that she won at in this town.
Okay. Okay.
Cupertine or whatever, Cupertine, Italy. That's where they're holding it. She won there. She won her last Olympics to be there. She understood that she had a bad knee issue. She thought that she could at least compete. It wasn't
Hmm.
going to hurt the rest of the squad, and that she may have been able to pull off a miracle. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So that sucks for her. This will probably be her last Olympics. Won't be her last competitive skiing, but probably her last Olympics. You just said that what she's 40. You know, I find it hard to believe at 44 she'll be coming back skiing again. But who knows? Who knows? It could happen, especially with medicine this day and age. You know, stem cell injections, this and that. You know, anything could be possible. But I personally think this will be her last one. So again, my prayers go out to her and the family. I hope she recovers quickly. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
tough.
much it.
Yeah.
Just to recap real quick, guys, I love Rashid Shaheed's over today. If you do over 100 yards, it's a huge payout. I like, we both like Seattle on the money line.
Yeah.
I like the Patriots getting 7.5, even though I'm betting the money line with Seattle.
Oh, I love
Jack,
that. I'll take
what?
that.
What?
I'll take Seattle getting 7.5 or
No,
in New England. New
I'm
England
sorry.
getting.
Patriots getting 7.5.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Patriots getting. You just said that you liked Seattle no matter what the points were.
I like Seattle minus 4.5, not 7. Not 7.5.
No, 4.5. I said. I
Yeah.
don't know why 7 came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, 7.5. I would be
Yeah.
all over it, but no, not the 4.5.
But yeah, I like. If I had to take the points, I'll take the Patriots. But overall, money line, it's going to be with Seattle.
Yeah.
So that is me. That is where we are at. Guys, I appreciate everybody stopping by. We still have 5 people here watching us, so we
Hey, look at
greatly
that.
appreciate that.
That's
We had a
great.
bunch of people dropping in and out, all the way from Australia. Last week we had somebody from the UK. So, guys, we're hitting all over the world here.
Yeah.
As the great movie Step Brothers would say, worldwide.
The worldwide. We're like the Olympics, baby.
Guys, on that note, again, I hope everybody has a great Super Bowl Sunday. I hope everybody is winners here, unless you guys bet on Seattle. Then I hope you lose. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. That was my inner monologue that came out. You guys know how much I hate Seattle. The only team I hate worse than Seattle is the Dallas Cowboys, and they're not in it, so you know.
Enjoy your Super Bowl. Enjoy the food, your friends, family. Enjoy the whole event, and we'll see you back here next week.
As always, guys, be excellent to each other.